cholesterol isn't the villain you've been told it is. It's oxidation and inflammation that are the real problems. Let's take control of your heart health and cardiovascular risk and dive into why. All right, so as you may have heard, we have HDL and LDL cholesterol, high density lipoproteins and low density lipoproteins. Everyone refers to HDL as good cholesterol and LDL as bad cholesterol. It's not that simple. Without LDL, we die. LDL is responsible for an incredible amount of important mechanisms in the human body. It's incredibly important for hormone synthesis, vitamin D synthesis, cell membrane function, you name it, it is vital for us as human beings. Now, if we paint it as bad, that doesn't really make much sense. Let's get some context behind why we would call it bad and how we can manage those as we move forward. So the big problem with LDL molecules is what happens when they undergo glycation or oxidation. Now, that's what's happening here. So when an LDL molecule goes through oxidization, it's going to become oxidized and become hard and small. Now, what is oxidization? Oxidization is when an LDL molecule comes in contact with free radicals, which makes it then unstable, causes inflammation in the body, and that over time leads to plaque buildup. Now, glycation, what is glycation? Glycation is when an LDL molecule comes in contact with a sugar molecule, and when that happens, they bond together, and that molecule becomes, same thing, small and hard, but it also becomes sticky. Now that's a very big problem. I'm going to tap into why. So we're going to use this example here. So we have a regular LDL molecule at full size. It then comes in contact, we'll say, with sugar molecules, glycation. That molecule becomes small, hard, and sticky now. Now we have our blood vessel right here. This particular example has a high level of blood sugars flowing through the blood vessel. So as that happens, you see here that the surface of the blood vessel almost becomes like an abrasive, sticky surface. So now you have a sticky molecule flowing through an abrasive surface. I want you to think of Velcro and a tennis ball, like those tennis balls that stick to Velcro. Now you have this LDL molecule that was either glycated or oxidized flowing through that blood vessel. As soon as it comes in contact, because it is sticky with the wall of that blood vessel, that's where plaque buildup's created. Plaque buildup will be a massive concern for your cardiovascular risk over your lifetime. Minimizing that is incredibly important. So what do we see here? What's the main problem of all of this happening? Inflammation and blood sugar management, which unmanaged blood sugars create inflammation. You see where I'm going with this? So the higher levels of blood sugars we have, the more risk we have for LDL becoming a poor thing for us. If this is managed well and total inflammation is managed well, the less free radicals we have, the less blood sugars we have, the less likely this process happens, causing this process to happen. So manage your inflammation, manage your blood glucose. That is priority and key for your heart health, not necessarily painting these as good or bad. So does that mean we want to just let our cholesterols run wherever they want to? No, but it does mean that you could have high LDL, high HDL, high total cholesterol, and not actually run into cardiovascular issues over the long term. Now, PED users, enhanced athletes, obviously we know when you take anabolic or androgenic steroids, there is going to be implications that are going to drive HDL down and LDL up. There are inflammation that comes with these things. So I do recommend you always still support your cholesterol, not just forget about it and only worry about blood sugars, etc. So how can we support our cholesterol to be as healthy as possible? A couple supplements I would recommend. Citrus bergamot. What's it going to do? It's going to increase your HDL, decrease your LDL, and help manage your triglycerides better. So it's a fully encompassing, great supplement to support, especially if you are an enhanced athlete. Now, beta-sitosterol. So beta-sitosterol is actually going to block the absorption of some cholesterols. Again, can be very beneficial, especially if you do have high levels of cholesterol and we want to try to manage that inflammation. Red rice yeast, again, incredible supplement. You need to make sure it's standardized to have a great level of monocolin K, because monocolin K is actually going to be the most important part of red rice yeast. Very, very, very good supplement. Complete Vital by Revive, highly recommend it, or standalone products on the market. You can find them on Amazon. Just make sure you have that piece of red rice yeast being monocolin K. D-limonene, TUDCA, and NAC. Where do these come into play? Cholesterol is synthesized in the liver. So the more we support the liver, TUDCA, NAC, D-limonene, the better off our cholesterol levels are gonna be. So highly recommend looking at the liver when looking to manage cholesterol and improve cholesterol. Now, berberine, metformin, where does this come into play? We talked about managing your blood sugars. Obviously very, very good at doing this. There's a lot of other pieces that could come into play here, but I really like these two specifically. And for all you that are saying metformin will prevent you from building muscle because of AMPK, etc., it doesn't actually act on the same subunits, so you are wrong. Do some more research. And lastly, managing inflammation, curcumin, incredible supplement to put in here. If you're looking for, the best stack you could possibly have to manage your cholesterol, if you are somebody who it does get a little bit sketchy with, these are where I would look. On top of this, what's even more important, manage your total body inflammation, manage your blood sugars, keep an eye on them. If you do those two things, make sure you have good blood pressure, this becomes way less of an issue.